Hey guys, what's up? Inzektor BBG 101 here with a different type of Inzektor deck profile this time around. This time, I'll be going over a personal build, Inzektor Phantom Knights. I've been testing this deck out a lot recently, and I found quite a bit of success in it, so I thought I would do a deck profile for y'all on it. So with that being said, let's just go straight into it. In this build, we have your basic Inzektors, 1 Dragonfly, 1 Hornet, 1 Gigamantis, your Monster Rhoda, 3 copies of Centipede, and the Inzektor that makes the deck work so much better, 3 copies of Ladybug. You have your monster versions of Foolish Burial, 2 Armageddon Knight, and 1 Mathematician. I was playing 3 copies of Armageddon Knight, but I found that to be cloggy. Speaking of cloggy cards, I am not playing Hopper in this build because while it's good for rank 4 plays, say like Abyss Dweller, I found that it harmed the overall synergy of the deck, so I just cut it completely, and I love the deck without it, but in regular pure Inzektors, you gotta run it. So moving on to the Phantom Knight cards. Playing 2 copies of Ancient Cloak and 3 copies of Silent Boots. Unfortunately, I don't have, gloves, the one that's basically a Foolish Burial for other Phantom Knight cards, and whenever Dark Attribute exceeds monsters, I'm using it as the exceeds material against 1000 attack. If I had that one, I would most certainly be running it, because you can normal summon it, special summon this guy, and get an Xyz play, which also works really well for Allure because you can go for Leviair automatically. But yeah, the last monster you run in the main deck is 2 copies of Maxi because you got to get that draw power. But yeah, 2 copies of Allure of Darkness. Speaking of draw power, it is just so good not to run because even if you banish something like Centipede or Dragonfly, you can easily make Leviair and get him right back and go for an OTK. Another reason why we can easily abuse Leviair, 3 copies of Mass Change 2, same reason as last time for playing 3. I want to see the card, I just gotta see it, because Dark Law is just way too strong, especially because I'm playing Dante in the extra deck. I don't want to run the risk of milling both of them, or even milling one of them whenever I need to see both of them. So for consistency reasons, I play 3. I'm currently main decking 2 copies of Twin Twisters. If I had a side deck built for this, which I currently do not, I would be playing a 3rd one. But yeah, another good thing about these 2 cards is the fact that they are discard outlets for cards like Ladybug and Hornet, or if I have something like Centipede or Dragonfly in hand, as well as Powerful Rebirth to play, I can discard them and get all my pluses that way. Especially with the Phantom Knights as well. So the last 3 spells you play are 1-ups, 1 Zectaliber, 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 Raigeki. Moving on to the traps. Same as last time, no Call the Haunted or Oasis of Dragon Souls. Instead, we have 3 copies of Powerful Rebirth. Really helps with those Xyz plays. Our other 3 of, that's a continuous trap card, is 3 copies of Fogblade. It is basically a searchable Fiendish Chain, and it is so freaking amazing because you can banish it from the graveyard and bring back one of your Phantom Knights that's in the graveyard and say, once again, go for Leviair. Just go for your pluses all over again. Just easy OTKs. Another reason why I like Dante is I'm now main decking the breakthrough skills, and if I mill them, it's still pluses for me. So the last 4 cards in the main deck are 1 Solemn Warning and your 3 Strike, just like last time. Well, last time I had only 2 Strike, and then I managed to pick up a 3rd one, and then I included it, and I do not regret that at all. It worked out amazingly. Moving on to the extra deck that was trying to fly away, I'm currently running 1 Super Quantum Mech Beast Grand Pulse. I took out Alucard for this, partially because of the fact that I traded my 2 Alucards, and the fact that this has such higher defense. And regarding Alucard's effect itself, with it only working with set cards, I didn't really find myself popping set monsters that often because that side of it just isn't really that good. And with the higher amount of defense that this card has, 2800 defense, that's ridiculous, and it's so easy to go into. 1 copy of Dante, and unfortunately I do not currently own a break sword, though shouldn't take me that long at all, but yeah, this would be a break sword. Only 1 of each because you really don't want to focus on the Phantom Knight aspect so freaking much that you need that many, because you need these cards in your extra deck, you need the space. Only 1 copy of Leviair, same reason. 1 Acid Golem, because there are cards that you have a difficult time getting over, and that's one of your best outs for it. Ragna Zero, Abyss Dweller, an MVP. Before, I was not running Dark Rebellion Exceeds Dragon, but of course now I am, because whenever you use Break Sword's effect and say you destroy itself, so that you can destroy one of your opponent's cards, you can bring back the Fam Knights and make them a level higher, and then you go into this guy, detach the two Exceeds material for it, in this case Ancient Cloak and Silent Boots. You'll be able to banish them and get their effects to search out, and from there you'll be able to make this card's attack points go up. It's pretty basic. 1 Castel, Volcasaurus, Durandal, Exostag, Gaia Dragon, and 2 Master Hero Dark Claws. And that about sums it up. So, like I said, overall this deck is working out extremely well, and I'm pleased with the results that's given me thus far, and I might start taking it out competitively and see how it works out against the meta. Another thing that I'm really trying to try out overall is finding a way to fit in 1 copy of Beatrice, because I find that I can make it very easily nowadays, because I have this face up and say another Armageddon Knight, because, well, this card doesn't just target the monster it was equipped to, I can target other ones. So if I want to keep something like Dragonfly or Centipede or whatever at level 3, I can target another monster I control, and then overlay it with this after making them both level 6, and go for Beatrice, and I want to find a way to main deck at least 2 copies of Farfa. However, the deck is such a tight fit, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but time will tell. I'll let you guys know. So, have a good one. Peace out.